Okay, let's give you guys some practice. So here I've got a graph of x squared plus a. So the intercept is a, meaning that this is a. Well, this is a square here. So if this is a, then this must be a. And then when you jump to the graph, it will form a square. So I want you to find a value of a where the area of this square is precisely 36. So for example, let me illustrate on Desmos. So you've got your a. As you vary a, the purple square changes. Well, I want you to find a value of a where the area of the purple square is precisely 36. Okay, so press pause and have a go. Okay, so if you want to draw this in Desmos, you need to know the coordinates of these 4 points. Well, if this is a and you want to know the height of the square, you would put this into the equation and then it will jump to the line. So the height here is actually given by a squared plus a. That's the height of the square. And then this length here is also, because it's a square, a squared plus a. So from here to here is a squared plus a. From here to here it's a. So if you want to know the whole length here, because you want to know the coordinates here, it would be this plus this. So a plus a, it would be 2a, don't forget. It would be 2a. So that's the x coordinate. And then if you want to know the height, well, this height here is the same as this height here. So hang on. So for this point here, it would be this across and then 0 up. Well, if you want to know the coordinates here, it would be this much across, which would be the same as this. So it would be a squared plus 2a, comma, and then upwise, it would be the height of that square, which would be a squared plus a. So notice this is 2a because you've got an extra a here, and this is just simply the height of the square. So the coordinates right at this corner here is given by this. So if you want to punch this into Desmos, you need to know the coordinates here. And by the way, the coordinates here would be 0 across and then a up and so on. So you've got to figure out all these coordinates. Punch those coordinates into Desmos. So this is your red square here. This table here, well, you go to insert and then you insert table and then punch all these coordinates in. It will give you the square. And then add another table, punch all these coordinates in. It will give you the purple. And don't forget to define your a. And then as you slide a, well, you just got to figure this out for yourself. Learn how to use Desmos. So let's try and work out the value of a. That will give us an area of precisely 36. So going back to here, if you want to know the area of this, well, you know the height here is a squared plus a. So we know the height of the square. Well, it's a square, so the length must be, so if you get the height times the length, and you want it to be precisely 36. So the area is given by this, and you want the area to be 36. So really, you solving this problem boils down to you trying to solve this. Find a value of a where this side equals this side, and then glancing at this, if you concentrate on making the bubble to be the number 6, then you will solve the same thing. Don't forget, it could be -6, but let's ignore the negative. We're concerned with the positive. So you trying to solve this is really the same as you trying to make this bubble to be the number 6. So from here, it implies that if you're trying to solve this, just concentrate on making this bubble to be the number 6. Concentrate on making this bubble to be the number 6. So now it's really you solving this quadratic equation. So -6 from both sides, and you can use a quadratic equation if you want, but I'm going to complete the square. So to complete the square, your eyes should zoom into these two terms. It's always going to be half of this. So half squared, and then you take away the rubbish. The rubbish happens to be this thing squared. Don't forget, I'm expecting you to know how to complete the square at this stage. And then you carry this thing down. So now single number, merge them together. So turn this into a fraction, times top and bottom by 4. That will then give you this. So this will be negative 25 over 4. And then that would take you to here. You want to get a on its own. Add 25 over 4 to both sides. That will then give you this. And then square root both sides. When you square root this thing, it will just give you the bubble here. Square root this, you will get the positive version and the negative version. We don't care about the negative version. So now simplify this. Remember, when you square root one thing divided by another, that's the same as square rooting the top and then square rooting the bottom. So you square rooting this whole thing here is the same as you square rooting the top and then square rooting the bottom. So this thing here would be 5, this thing here would be 4, and then to get a on its own, you take away half from both sides. So that will then give you this thing here. Same denominator, so that will give you 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So a is 2. So what that means is when a is precisely 2, see this a here, when it's precisely 2, it will give you an area of precisely 36. Okay, that's your answer.